Story time. So we snagged some jack stands. Daytona 3-ton ratcheting jack stands with locking pin. These come from Harbor Frieght, if you didn't know. And they are a replacement for my Pittsburgh 3-ton heavy-duty jack stands that had a recall. So I didn't necessarily know about the recall until a YouTube channel that I watch goes by the name Elves Shelves. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. He did a video about the recall, and basically the Pittsburgh ones were failing or had a potential to fail based on the unit number or lot number that you had. And there was a inherent risk of the jack stand failing, and then whatever you were holding up could potentially fall on you. And nobody wants that. I've heard horror stories of people being killed by not using jack stands or faulty jack stands. And none of that sounds any good. So anyway, I took my Pittsburgh 3-ton jack stands out to Harbor Frieght. They did the recall. They gave me, if you put, let's see, if you wanted cash, it was like a less value. But if you wanted to do in-store credit, Fastback 1505, by the way, then you got a little more back, and the balance or whatever, if you traded, would be put on a Harbor Frieght in-store credit gift card. So anyway, I went out there with my old Pittsburgh jack stands, and they had just finished having a parking lot sale where these were on sale for $27.99 a pair, or a box, which there's 2 in a box. So I brought my jack stands out, told them what the deal was. They had to get the manager up there, and they looked at my jack stands. They fell within the right item numbers that met the recall. And they had these orange 3-ton jack stands in stock, but they were $49.99. And since I was trading, they were going to give me $29.99 in credit for the ones that I returned. So long story short, I was like, hey, you just got done having a parking lot sale. Can I get the parking lot sale price by chance? And they said, unfortunately, we don't do those things. The parking lot sale is over, therefore you have to pay full price. So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. At the end of the day, these are a much better jack stand. They're worth the $40 difference, in my opinion. And that's what happened. So I got the jack stands, I threw them in the bed of my truck, and then I had to work for a few days after that, so they just sat in the bed of my truck in the box. So a few days go by, and my buddy reaches out and says, hey, the parking lot sale's been extended. And I'm like, what? And then sure as shit, I get the text message, because I'm on Harbor Freight's like mailing list or whatever. I get the text message that says the parking lot sale's been extended. So I open up the little message deal and I start looking around, and lo and behold, these jack stands are back down to $27.99. And I'm like, well, what the heck? So after work, I decide to drive to the old Harbor Frieght. And I walk in and I've got my receipt and I say, hey, I bought these jack stands a few days ago. The parking lot sale is back in action, if you will, or in full effect. And I paid full price for these, so I'd like my the difference in money back. And they were like, ooh, and whatever. I had them in my truck, unopened. So I was like, I'm not playing these games. So I brought them in and I just returned them. I was like, I'm just going to return these. And they were like, okay. And then they had to get the manager back up there for the return. And I explained what was going on. And so I just did the return. And then I was like, no, don't go put these back. I'd like to buy them. I'm going to buy them again. But look, I have a coupon where they're $27.99. So I had to jump through a bunch of hoops basically to get $42.80 back. But then since it was the trade-in or the recall trade-in store credit thing, they had to give me my $42.80 back that I paid in these for the difference. Then they also had to give me a gift card to Harbor Frieght for $4.28. So, whatever. You want to play games? I guess I'll play games. So, here we are with my new jack stands. Is this what they mean by ratcheting? Is this what they mean? Like, ratcheting jack stands. Whatever. Anyway, nice orange color. Am I going about this the wrong way? Yeah, there we go. Slide through the hole in the back. Then you got this little kind of cotter pin. And it's an extra safety. And they won't move on you. So that's nice. It says 3 ton right on there, so you know what you're dealing with. Nice black paint. See, they got, I should have made like a prequel video with my Pittsburghs, but like these welds are far superior. There's no gaps between the plate steel. These were just basically like tack welded gussets. They weren't even really doing a whole lot. Mailman's here. Blah, 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 blah. But, yeah. Nice set of Daytona 3-ton jack stands. Got the quad 2-pair, if you will. So, yeah, that's my story. These are my jack stands. Harley Davidson. That's why we bought the orange. All right. In case you were wondering, why'd you get orange? Because orange is a cool fucking color, bud. That's why. So, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go check the mail. I guess we'll see you in a future video.